Probably the first time that I worked with Mario Testino. That was crazy. I met him and he was taking pictures of me for one of my friend's magazines, which is no longer there. It was called Taxi Magazine. And we became best friends. So it wasn't a question of like the quality of what I was wearing, but it was the kind of wonderful meeting of minds, because he and I became very good friends. So that's what my most positive memory of like a photo shoot. I had an amazing English aunt who I stayed with in the summers in Malibu when I was home from school. And so she gave me a background, a beginning of a background into probably where I would be going, which was going to Pratt Institute, studying fashion, and also doing a dual degree in art history. So that's kind of where I started. Well, I think it's several things. It's always telling an artistic story, but it's an artistic story that moves. So oftentimes you can do the same kind of work in stills and then of course in film. So that I find really interesting because it's multidimensional. And although I love black and white, I do prefer color because color is something that's very close to me. I love working in, unusual colored palettes to help tell a story. It really depends on my mood. Right now I'm very inspired by Louis Barragan, who's one of my favorite architects. So I'm very much involved with that. So it'd be very dusty oranges going into kind of avocado greens, into a kind of a sky blue turquoise, and then putting those colors together in an analogous way. Well, I think that it would be interesting possibly to discuss my methodology when I start planning a shoot, because I do everything very thematically. And first I'll come up with a color story. From the color story, then we'll come up with a theme that works with the color story. It's not the first, it's the second. And then we find really good models to work with. We were lucky to have Ruby. She's a very unusual, incredible individual. So then we started to tell a story about something that was relevant to her and to her background. So we were doing a take on a movie that I quite liked when I was rather young called Victor Victoria, which stars Julie Andrews playing the part of a transvestite when she was actually a woman anyway. So I thought it was fascinating. So we then kind of elaborated on that, which is why you saw some kind of Perot-looking looks in this. That's why there was a black and white floor. So that's the kind of the methodology that I use in order to create a shoot that has integrity. I actually liked him. And I thought, okay, this is going to work. This is going to be terrific. And I look forward to doing more projects with you. Goodbye, LaModaChannel. Thank you.